Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 166. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. You know, despite everything going on in the country, political tension because of all these presidential debates, there's that global pandemic that doesn't seem to be showing any signs of slowing down, a domestic terror plot to kidnap a governor. I mean, what else? Killer storms coming back. Let's just skip over 2020, shall we? My wife says I don't have to count my birthday this year, which I guess is at least a good thing, but all right, I digress. You get the point. We do have a great Tech It Out show planned for you this hour, at least where you don't have to think about most of these issues. This show is powered by ASUS, the computer I'm using to host this radio show and podcast right now. I'll tell you more about ASUS later, but in a moment from now, we're going to kick things off with LG to learn about its tone-free earbuds that has a very unique feature with its charging case. It uses ultraviolet light to kill up to 99.9% of whatever is on the material before you put it back in your ears. How cool is that? Speaking of the pandemic, more than 210,000 Americans have died so far due to the virus. And so what happens to all of their online accounts once they've passed on? Or anyone who dies for that matter. It doesn't really have anything to do with COVID. But what happens to your social media pages, your online photo galleries, your online email like Gmail or Yahoo or what have you? We're going to talk with a company called Good Trust about their new company created by a few ex-Googlers and their solution with what happens to your online accounts once you die. And before we officially kick off the show with our first interview, I do want to thank slickdeals.net, the largest social network for shopping. It's here where you can score the best deals on all the products you love. It doesn't have to just be tech, really anything. But someone can post something like, hey, this 65-inch smart TV is now on sale at Best Buy for $5.99 or something like that. And then others can vet the deal to confirm it's valid, and then it can get voted up to the front page of Slick Deals. You can get alerts, there's a browser extension, an app, and a lot more. I'll tell you more about Slick Deals later on in the show, but let's kick off Tech It Out with our first interview. Not all earbuds are created equal. If you take your music seriously, or your audiobooks, podcasts, or even phone calls, we're now going to learn about LG's tone-free earbuds. Joining us on the line to chat is Gilles Pereira. He's the training manager for home entertainment at LG. Good to chat with you again, Gilles. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Good to be back as always.
Great. At a high level, please tell us about LG's audio products before we dive into the tone-free earbuds. I know for years, LG has had sound systems, and that includes like sound bars. They've had over-the-ear headphones and more, right?
Yeah, at this point, I've been with LG for about 10 years, and it's always interesting for me to have these conversations with customers who have had their own personal journey with LG and their own products at their own houses. So people typically know us for our laundry, kitchen, and other appliances, also TV. Less often, I find that people are aware of how much we've done with innovation in the audioscape. And to your point, yes, we've had soundbars, and everything from soundbars to portable audio, so like Bluetooth audio, Wi-Fi audio, even like DJ systems in the markets that where that is a big priority. Like for instance, in Brazil, that's a huge market. I think we're actually number one market share in the Brazil market for that. So
cool. Yeah,
we have a vast, eclectic array of audio products.
All right, so with that in mind, now let's talk about the LG tone-free earbuds. And just it's stylized as tone is all capitalized, T-O-N-E, free earbuds.
One thing I'll just mention to kind of piggyback from the previous comment is that with a lot of those products, we've partnered with some really big audio companies, kind of leveraging their technical expertise and their innovative expertise and kind of joining forces. And we've done that with our soundbars for a few years now with a company called Meridian, who's based in the UK. So we've done that again with this product, the Fn6 Wireless Earbud. And it's been a great result working with them because they have the the technological and innovative know-how, and then we kind of join forces and bring the best of both worlds together for this product. I'm really excited about it.
So as the name suggests, they're earbuds. So these are in-ear buds, and those are kind of trendy right now, right?
Yeah, it's kind of an evolution. Like LG has actually done something similar in a neckband application for a few years. This is the first time that we've had a true wireless earbud in the Canadian market. And yeah, so it's absolutely stunning to look at. The thing that I love is that, and I'll just take a quick step back if you don't mind, where I always love going back into the stores where I first started my career and getting back to understanding what the customer is really looking for. Because I think, and you might agree with this, being a tech evangelist yourself, is we always kind of, we're in almost this like echo chamber, and we assume we know what the customer wants because like the spec is this and the feature is that, and they'll definitely want that. But I think it's always important to go back and see, what they actually want. And more often than not, lately I've been finding that the cosmetic form factor is actually quite important. Even if it's just like a slim bezel or whatnot on a TV, that translates into this product, and it was absolutely stunning the first time I saw it. Just the fit, the finish, and even the coloring. Like it's a black, but the way that it's designed with a combination of like a matte and a gloss black, it looks absolutely stunning. And it's combined with the prowess of the Meridian Tech audio, which is kind of the best of both worlds, right? So you're really applying to both the fashion fanatics as well as the function fanatics, which is really good.
Because this is radio, could you explain a bit more the shape of it? I know that like one of the most popular kinds of wireless earbuds has this like long white stick, if you will, getting shorter over the years, but still not everybody's cup of tea. So what do the LG tone-free earbuds look like? Interesting
question. So I actually had the benefit of having a conversation with one of the engineers/designers when I did my annual visit for the product launch in Korea last year. And he actually explained why it was designed the way it was. So the stem, which you just mentioned, to me looked shorter than the average stem of a wireless earbud. And he said that they had to make a lot of decisions on the compromise between fashion and function. So the longer that stem is, the better the sound quality will be in terms of like if you're making a phone call. So there's like kind of a fine line between being too long and too short. So you'll notice that there is a bit of a stem, but it's fashionable. Like it's not too long so that it's kind of clunky and outdated.
Right. And I was referring to a competing product, by the way.
Yeah, there's a general look, I guess, that's kind of ubiquitous with the wireless headphone. And one of the things that to me stands out with our product is that it has that look, but it kind of makes it a little bit more sleek, kind of attractive. It doesn't look like just like a clunky old school Bluetooth headpiece that you used to use like 10 years ago.
I like this like sleek black, like midnight black finish, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. And then what you might not see with the naked eye is that the center of gravity of the earbud is actually placed specifically so that it keeps in your ear. Obviously, if it's a wireless earbud, a big issue would be if it keeps almost like falling out. And I've had that happen with other products. And I found with this one, it actually stayed in my ear perfectly. I got a pair and I was testing them, and I've been like running and cycling, and it stays in after, a 10-kilometer run. It stays in and I don't have to touch it at all. So it's actually great for a use case from an active kind of physical standpoint.
Let's go back to the audio for a bit with your partnership with Meridian. How do you get big sound out of this tiny little thing in your ear? It's not just big sound, but it's also, it has to be well balanced and really clear as well and loud.
Yeah, so that's a big part of what Meridian brings to the table. They're not just a named partner; like we actually work with them to design and engineer and actually even pick the materials. So they were very instrumental in designing this with us, and they've used their 40+ year innovative experience. They were one of the big players in the digital signal processing, so the DSP back in the day. And, with the several different Meridian tuned presets. So you have natural, you have immersive, you have bass boost, and you have treble boost. So obviously, depending on the audio that you're listening to, right? If I'm listening to your podcast, for example, I might be looking for more of a natural or maybe even the treble so that the voice becomes a little bit more clear. But if I'm doing a gym workout and I'm listening to my EDM or something, I might want to go a little bit more with the bass boost. So you have a good combination there. It also uses something called a dual mic, so that if you're having a phone call, much like the one that we're having, it actually does a really good job of projecting your voice a little bit more accurately, and it actually helps to reduce peripheral noise that might be in the room that you're talking in to help with that exchange. So yeah, it's a really good partnership that we're very happy about with the end result.
So you're saying you don't listen to my podcast when you're working out, Jill? Come on. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk more about the phone call element in a moment, as so many millions more people are now working from home. We're chatting with Gilles Pereira. He's training manager for home entertainment at LG. We're learning all about the new LG tone-free earbuds. These are small, black, sleek, wireless earbuds that can wirelessly tether to your smartphone or other device. What about battery life? It seems to be a bit of a trade-off between, performance and battery life. Can you tell us how long you can get out of the earbuds and the case that you get with it?
So this is actually one of our strongest competitive features. So the earbud itself at maximum battery will give you 6 full hours of music playback, but it comes with what we're calling a charging case. So it's a nice, sleek, round little charging case that fits basically in any pant pocket that you can imagine, even if it's like a workout, like a Lululemon or something like that, like it easily fits in any of those pockets. And that will automatically recharge the earbud once it goes back in that case up to an additional 12 hours. So combined, it'll get you 18 hours off the basic power plugs that are hardwired into a wall, let's say.
We'll continue chatting with LG when we return. Stay with us.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, smartwatches, tablets, and more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. But right now we are chatting about wireless earbuds with LG. They're tone-free earbuds that have a few unique features to it. We're chatting with Gilles Pereira from LG. Before the break, we talked about battery life. So along with protecting the earbuds and ensuring you don't lose them because they're tiny, it also charges them up when you pop them in.
So another one of our competitive features is the fact that our case actually has something called UV nano in the charging case itself. So when you put your earbuds back into the charging case and you plug it into the USB-C, it'll actually do a 10-minute sanitization, which will essentially kill 99.9% of bacteria that might be built up on the mesh part of the earbud, like the part that actually goes into your ear. So obviously everyone's very hyper aware of cleanliness and hygiene right now with the pandemic. So this is just a good opportunity for the consumer to be extra safe in terms of like general hygiene. And yeah, I haven't heard of that being an opportunity feature on any other product right now. So that's definitely something that stands out to me on this product.
Yeah, nor have I. I haven't heard of that before. I've often written about UVC cleaning devices like that can sanitize a phone, like a pouch that you want to put your smartphone in or your keys or your wallet, and it can sanitize it using ultraviolet light. But I haven't heard of it being built into an earbuds case before. That's really cool.
Awesome.
Also, Gilles, tell us about the app, the companion app to these earbuds.
Yeah, so depending on what your mobile device is, whether it's Android or Apple, you can actually download a free app called Tone and Talk. And essentially, it'll automatically find your specific device, so the Fn6. It'll connect and it'll walk you through a kind of a registration. It'll, if there's any software updates and whatnot. But the cool part about the app is it gives you a visual representation of each individual earbud, to the left and the right. It tells you what battery power is left in each one. And to me, the coolest thing is that you can customize what the touch feedback is when you touch the right or the left, and then how many times. So as an example, if I touch the right earbud, I can have it preset to pause and play. If I touch the left earbud once, I can have it activate the Google or Siri voice assistant. So it's very handy, and you could virtually make this your own unique product based on what you feel is kind of more intuitive and convenient in terms of touch twice on the right or 3 times on the left or what have you. So it's pretty cool. In addition to that, I would say that one thing that I found that was pretty cool is that you have two options if somebody, let's say, starts to talk or you're in a situation where you want to hear outside conversation. So you have an ambient sound mode where you long press on the earbud and it turns the earbud into a ambient sound experience. So it actually starts to bring in external audio in through the microphone so that you can hear what's happening around you. And that eliminates the need to actually remove physically the earbud. But you can also remove an earbud and it automatically pauses whatever you're listening to. And then when you replace the earbud back into your ear, it automatically starts to play back from where you were. So it's just very intuitive and quick and easy functions that the average user that doesn't necessarily have to be tech savvy will find great benefit from.
And with that app, can you also set sound profiles to the earbuds? Like if you want different modes, listening modes?
Yeah, so you have the 4 preset Meridian options that I mentioned earlier with natural, immersive, bass boost, and treble. But you also have 2 user presets that you can use the onboard equalizer to fit the kind of a customized equalizer for the sound of the content that you'd be listening to, whether it's, the Netflix app on your cell phone or if you're watching a YouTube video or what have you.
And that app also helps you find your earbuds if you lost them, right?
Yeah, so you have 2 options. So if the Bluetooth connection is still maintained, so if the Bluetooth earbud connection is still kind of within proximity, so it might be, just a couple of feet away, there's actually a earbud finder tool that will kind of have a sound going off and it'll help you find it that way. If you've lost the Bluetooth connection, meaning that it's further away, it'll actually show you on a map the last place that the Bluetooth earbud was still connected to your device, which is pretty cool because, you might have been running for a bus or, like on a run or something, and then you're kind of lost to retrace your steps. This helps you get to the exact point at which you lost that earbud, which is really cool.
Cool. And let's go back now to working from home. Conversations are becoming very important, an audio conversation, whether it's through a video chat or just a regular phone call. So talk to us a bit about the phone call quality. So you said it had dual mics, and it can be paired with any device, right?
Exactly. So I've used them personally connected to my laptop if I'm on a Zoom or a Microsoft Teams webinar or a conference call. So the dual mic definitely helps create a better kind of call clarity.
And not just calls, but when you want to take some time off and watch TV, I understand these can wirelessly connect to your television. Is that right?
Exactly. You can Bluetooth connect directly to your Bluetooth-enabled TV. And that way, for instance, for me, I'm in a condo. So I want to make sure that my neighbors maybe aren't listening to my hardcore yoga session. So you can keep that between you and the TV type thing.
Got it. All right. So as we wrap up, Gilles, let's talk costs. How much do the LG tone-free earbuds cost and where can we learn more?
The Fn6 tone-free Bluetooth wireless earbud is going to go for $129.99, and you can visit lg.com to learn more about the product.
Okay, Gilles Pereira, great to chat with you as always. Have a great fall, stay healthy, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.
You too, Mark. Stay healthy, and we'll chat soon.
As the expression goes, along with taxes, the only thing in life that's guaranteed is that you're going to die someday. It's a grim thought, but it is true. And now in the digital age, what happens to all of your online accounts? We're going to learn when we return. Stick with us on Tech It Out.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. With all of our online activity, we do leave a digital footprint, more so today than ever before. And that includes social media, cloud accounts, email, and much, much more. So what happens when you die? Well, it might seem like a grim thought, but I think it's an important discussion. And a new startup called Good Trust was designed to help manage all of your digital accounts. We're going to learn about it right now with its founder and CEO, Rickard Steiber. Welcome to the show, Rickard.
Thank you, Mark. Great to be here.
So it's been said good technology solves a problem. With this in mind, please set up Good Trust for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've always been a strong believer in technology for good. But earlier this year, with the rise of COVID pandemic, came to the conclusion, as some of my family members and many of my friends passed away, that actually no one has any idea what happened to their digital stuff when we passed away. And we did a survey of 1,000 adults here in the US, and it concluded that that is actually the case. So if you think about it, everything that we have online, from our emails to our documents to our photos to our life insurance, online banking, subscription services, if we were to pass away like right now, many of these things would actually never be found. And this is, true for financial things like many money account, but as well as some sort of priceless photos and things like that. So the purpose of Good Trust is to protect everyone's legacy. And we do that in two ways. One is that if you have someone who passes away, we help you find those accounts and make sure that either we extract the photos or the data, or maybe you want to close down things like LinkedIn because you don't want to have work anniversary reminders from dead people, or maybe you want to use Facebook as a memory page to tell everyone of the deceased one's friends that they have passed away, and this is a great way for them to show their respect. So both for helping people who lost someone, but also we're coming out with a new service or the next month where you can plan ahead and essentially log out your most important sites, your documents, your last goodbyes, so that they will reach the right person if something were to happen to you.
Okay, got it. Anecdotally, my first cousin passed away at only age 40 a few years ago, and I went on to Facebook and I found a way of downloading all of his online photo albums and give them to his family and things like that. But I had to do that manually, one by one. I even guessed his Yahoo Mail password and was able to archive his messages for offline use to give to his family if they ever needed it for anything, his businesses and things like that. But I'm pretty digitally savvy. I'm pretty tech savvy. I can imagine it being an overwhelming endeavor for those who are not savvy and they don't know where to start when their loved ones pass on.
It is absolutely overwhelming. So this is still very early days. So it's pretty much only Google and Facebook that have some processes for this. But if you think about our accounts, we probably have at least 20 different accounts that are very important to take care of. Many companies don't have a process. You essentially have to contact customer service. Each company have different information requirements, different sort of documentation,
death certificate and things like that.
Which means that it's an extremely tiresome process. So what we try to do is essentially to, on our back end, we know what each site needs in terms of information and documentation. So what you do is that you tell which sites you want, and then what we do is we say, okay, then we're going to need this information, this documentation from you. You sign a power of attorney so we can represent you, and then we go to work for the 20 different sites, and you don't have to, you essentially just sit back and watch the progress, essentially. But
and are we expected to do this for ourselves, so I'm, middle-aged, but I'm healthy right now and all that. Am I supposed to get the ball rolling with Good Trust on my own and then entrust my lawyer or my spouse, my partner with this, this information in the event of my passing? Or is this something that family members should start thinking about as their loved ones start getting ill or older or what have you?
Yeah, I think definitely it's something that we see everyone should do, and of course we will help when it's already too late, so to speak. But if you think about it, most people don't really want to engage in their own mortality. So there are certain times where maybe you get a new job, they ask you to sign up for pension and a life insurance, for example. Then that's, I think, where we could add that as an add-on to what you're already doing, or maybe you're writing that will, which typically does mostly covers the, let's call it the physical world,
right? The estate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you can add this as an add-on. So I think there are these moments in time where you're actually thinking about this a little bit. That's where we come in, but you should of course do this anytime. And the platform also allows you to share things already today. So for example, if you have a photo album with your family, you could make that available already now, whereas your Coinbase Bitcoin account maybe only transferred to someone you decide when you pass away.
See. Okay, got it. We're chatting with Rickard Steiber. He is the CEO and founder of Good Trust. Perhaps you can walk us through how to get going. I mean, is it a one-time fee? Is it a monthly service? You mentioned there are different ways to set it up, but even in the event of your untimely passing, your family can maybe research this and look at this retroactively, but probably smarter to get the ball rolling before it's too late. But can you maybe walk us through the process from start to finish?
Yeah, it's very easy. So if something happens to a loved one, what you do is that you go to mygoodtrust.com. You essentially select the sites that you need help with. So say it's Facebook, LinkedIn, and maybe Google. And then you tell what you want. You maybe want to have memorialize Facebook and maybe delete LinkedIn and maybe extract photos from Google Photos. Then you pay. There is a fee. Right now, what we're doing is that we are helping families of first responders. So if they want to memorialize their Facebook page, they can do that for free now. And we're going to continue supporting first responders. And then the system essentially asks you for information about you and the deceased. You upload some documents, typically proof of death and proof of who you are. You sign a power of attorney, and then we have all the ammunition that we need in order to contact these sites. Typically takes somewhere between 2 to 6 weeks to get most of these things done. And then we will keep you updated on the progress. So that's how it works for if you need help with a loved one. A new service is coming out later in October, where you can do this for yourself. It's very simple. You essentially then add the sites that you want. So maybe it is your online banking, insurance, maybe your photo albums, social media, etc. And then you also tell who you want to have access to this if something happens to you. It could be different people. And then you can also upload documents. You can have your last video goodbyes. So a range of things that you may want. And then there is a solution where you could have a deputy that is your most trusted deputy.
Rickard, please hold that thought. I want to learn more about that when we return, as well as some other features of Good Trust. We'll be right back with more on Tech It Out.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. If you're just joining us for the first time, we're chatting with Rickard Steiber. He is the creator of Good Trust. This is a digital legacy management company that helps you take care of online accounts of loved ones after they pass on. So what happens to your Google Photos or your Yahoo Mail or your Facebook account or your LinkedIn profile after you've passed away? This is assigning a digital beneficiary, if you will, to take care of all of this for you. And before the break, Rickard, you were talking about, the role of the person you assign. So maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, it means that person can essentially tell us that you have passed away. Could be your wife or your brother. Or you could set a situation where we contact you on some intervals to say that you're close to death, for example. We could touch base with you on a weekly or monthly basis, and as long as you're responding, we keep going. But if you don't respond, we would assume that something has happened to you, and then we would unlock the system as you wanted it. So there are a couple of ways where we can make this easy for you and your family.
Okay, got it. So it's not something you need to do after your loved ones have passed on. You can already get the wheels in motion ahead of time, whether it's for yourself or for a loved one. Got it. And is it a one-time fee? Or So for planning, it's a free subscription service. So there's a free tier, and then if you want to have a lot of documents stored or some more advanced features, then there is a premium. We haven't announced the pricing for that yet. For the loved ones, if you want something taken down, it's a price per site. It starts at $39.99 or $40 per site. Okay, got it. Thank you. I remember something similar with a company called Passwordbox. I think they were acquired by McAfee, but Passwordbox was a Montreal-based app where it could remember all your passwords for you, but they had this feature called Legacy Locker that allows you to share your passwords with a trusted family member or friend to help manage what happens to your social accounts in case something happens to you, a digital beneficiary, if you will. And I don't know if that's still around or anything like that, but it seems similar in a way. And if it is, do you have to give your passwords to Good Trust, to Netflix and Gmail and Facebook and all that, or do you handle it without needing all that?
Yeah. So first of all, I think I'm not sure aware about this one, but I do think Password Manager is a great tool in these days. I think most of us have over 100 accounts, and clearly using the same password everywhere is not a good idea. However, the problem we found is that since the Password Manager logs all of your online accounts, there are clearly some accounts that you don't want to pass on because most people have a dark side of what they're doing, and you don't want to share everything with your partner, perhaps. So I think it's a great idea. So what we do is that we ask you essentially to do a little bit more curated approach. So maybe take the top 10 or 15 or 20 or so. We are currently not storing password managers, storing passwords. We will leave that to other parties who have the required security and encryption. So we're going to use partners for that are well established and have top-notch, similar to what you have for your bank or your healthcare information.
Okay, thank you, Rickard. Before we wrap up, I know the team has some very impressive companies behind them, some experiences and titles
Yes.
and so on. Tell us about the founding partners and your prior work as well. You're an ex-Googler, is that right?
Yeah, so I was at Google for many years, launching products globally. So I ran global marketing for all of our advertising products and most all of our products in Europe. Yeah, so I actually have a couple of Googlers who are part of the team right now. We also have Gopi, who's the chief evangelist for Google, as one of our advisors. So there's a bunch of Googlers, but you always work with people that you like working with. So our CTO is someone who was my chief product officer for the Netflix competitor that I launched in Europe, and then there are two guys from product who were from Viport, which is the leading sort of subscription service for virtual reality apps. So, you find these friends and colleagues throughout life, and then they all join to start Good Trust, which I'm very happy for.
That's great. Well, congratulations. It's a great idea, and it's something that a lot of people don't give a lot of thought to, I think, but I think it's increasingly important, as I said in my introduction, to think about the digital footprint we're leaving and what happens when we're not spending time in cyberspace anymore. So this is very, very important stuff, and good luck with the launch. Good Trust, mygoodtrust.com is the website, correct?
Correct.
Rickard Steiber, all the best. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. This show is powered by ASUS, the company that creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. And that includes its line of award-winning laptops. And it's broken into 4 categories. There's the VivoBooks, sort of like an everyday, all-around, colorful line of laptops for everyday use, mid-range and price and all that. There's the VivoBooks, which are more about innovation and cutting-edge technology. Some amazing features like that screen pad, which is both a touchpad, like for a mouse, as well as an interactive screen in one. Pretty cool. There's the Chromebooks, which are more of a value-priced Chrome operating system-based laptop, perfect for students or anyone on a budget. And then finally, ExpertBooks, which is a business-grade laptop, more security, more durability, premium features, and all that. So there's 4 different kinds of laptops. Then the 5th kind is the ROG, or Republic of Gamers, line of laptops and desktops for those who take computer gaming seriously. ASUS owns ROG, or Republic of Gamers, and you can learn about all of this at asus.com/US/radio. That's asus.com/US/radio. When we return on the program, I'm going to share some tech tips of the day that I give on social media. I'm going to chat a little bit about Slick Deals as well and what they bring to the table for those looking to save money leading into Black Friday and Cyber Monday, holidays and all that. So stick with us. You are listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. I'm going to share some of my tech tip of the day tips that I shared on social media last week. I'll get to that in a moment, but I did tell you earlier in the program that Slick Deals and Tech It Out have partnered for the rest of the year. I'm thrilled about this. If you haven't used Slick Deals before, this is a website, slickdeals.net, as well as a browser extension for Chrome and Edge. If you haven't used it before, this is the largest social platform for scoring deals at retail and online. And with the Slick Deals browser extension, you can get early access to Slick Deals best of the web deals. And these are vetted and voted on by its community of more than 12 million users. So no more hunting for coupon codes, as the Slick Deals browser extension automatically finds and applies the best codes when you check out, all to save you money on purchases. You can access exclusive coupons from hundreds of stores, set up a deal alert from anywhere on the web, like if you have your eye on a, trip that you want to a certain resort, or a fitness band, or a smart screen, or a drone, or a VR headset, you name it, and you'll be notified when that deal goes live and whenever it hits a certain threshold that you choose. And again, there's the free money-saving Slick Deals browser extension for Chrome and Edge, which you can enable today for free at slickdeals.net/radio. That's slickdeals.net/radio for the free Chrome or Edge browser extension. slickdeals.net/radio. So as I was mentioning, I write a tech tip of the day on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and often YouTube as well. There's often a video that accompanies it. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at Mark Saltzman. That's Mark with a C, SALTZMAN. On Twitter, it's Mark_Saltzman, but you'll see me there. It'll have all kinds of tech-related posts. You'll know it's me. And then on other platforms like Insta and Facebook and LinkedIn, it's just Mark Saltzman. You'll see it. So I write this tech tip of the day post where it's often accompanied by a video, but I try to help you get more out of your tech. So for example, it's the worst feeling when you accidentally delete files. I know this. It happens to everybody, even if you're tech savvy like me. I just did this with videos on a little SD card that was snapped into my digital camera, and it did not go to the recycling bin. So I Googled free data recovery or free undelete software. And when you do that, it'll link you to many that are not free. Here's the little scam. You'll see the files, but you won't be able to retrieve them. Very sneaky. Instead, use this piece of software if you want to jot this down. If you've ever accidentally deleted a file and it's not in your recycling bin, it's called Recuva, R-E-C-U-V-A, from a company called CCleaner, and it's completely free. R-E-C-U-V-A, and you can get it at cleaner.com/Recuva, R-U-C-U-V-A, if I'm saying that correctly. So that's one tip. Another one is that if you've got a desk or table with lots of cables lying around, from your laptop to your iPhone to an iPad charger and, your Apple Watch charger, and all these wires are everywhere. If you have any Lego pieces lying around, those little characters, they have those hands that look like they're little curves, they're little, bends in the hand. You can actually snap the cables into those little hands and they fit perfectly. So it's shaped to hold your USB cables and laptop chargers and more. And you'll see in my video, you can snap the Lego pieces onto a flat little Lego board, if you will, and have that maybe with double-sided tape or some other way affixed to your desk or table, and it keeps everything nice and neat. Another tech tip of the day that I shared was, this is really cool. As you'll see in this video as well, which is from last week, you can use any pair of headphones as a microphone to record audio on a PC. So in a pinch, you can plug in a pair of headphones into the microphone jack and then talk into one of the earpieces, and it actually serves as a microphone. Look, it's not amazing quality, but it's certainly better than not having a microphone at all when you need something like that. It's a little tech tip, a little hack. If you have a pair of headphones, plug it into the microphone jack of a desktop or laptop computer and start recording with your favorite software. Pretty cool, right? My last tip is for those who use an iPhone, you don't need to buy readers, those little glasses that you can get at your local, pharmacy or convenience store or anything like that. There's a magnifier feature in iPhone. All you have to do is go to the settings area, open accessibility, and then tap magnifier to enable it. Now you can magnify anything. You just hold your iPhone above whatever you're looking at, triple press the side button on the right of the iPhone or the home button, depending on the device, and then you can use the slider on the screen to adjust the amount of zoom you need. So you can throw away your readers, you can use your iPhone to read small text on a page or on a screen. Again, a magnifier feature. If you like those kinds of tech tips, then feel free to follow me on social media. It's Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. And thank you for tuning into Tech It Out this hour. Hope you enjoyed the program. We spoke with good trust about what to do with your online accounts after you pass on, or your loved ones pass away. And then LG joined us to talk about their LG Tone wireless earbuds with that unique case with UV cleaning technology. Have a great week ahead, a healthy one, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend on Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.